Hello my friends, and welcome back to our blind let's play of the Somnium Files Sequel, nirvanA Initiative. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today, my friends, we're going to depart this really weird scene and head off to our next area. Why did that thing just pop up? Maybe it's oh, there we go. Oh, right, the Aiba, I forgot about this. So apparently this does run in, it does run in the background because, you know, we still had like 15 minutes left on this last time. How many legs do you like? Definitely don't like 6 because I'm not a fan of bugs. Guess I'm human, so 2? It's normally, yeah, I know it's normal, but you know, that's the way it is. So it's plus brave and +1 to everything else. I love the little artwork. It's so good. But anyway, so we're going to be heading out to our next location here, which, well, for some reason I can't view the map. Wait, did it not okay, yeah, there's nothing to do here.
You were in charge of the HB case, weren't you?
Ryuki's memories may hold the answer. Mizuki, the time limit within Somnium is 6 minutes.
Damn it. Damn it. I was so close to finally forgetting.
Something happened 6 years ago that I don't know about. What was it?
Well, Ryuki, I'm counting on you.
Useful information.
Yeah.
So as you see, after you talk to Lian, the map button shows up. But it did show up for me the first time, which means that's just a nasty little glitch, which I guess, you know, if we're gonna have a glitch hit, we might as well hit early than later. Simple fix, possibly, just don't save it before you're about to transport. Like, go ahead and just start the next segment and then save it. Yeah, that's what I think I'll be doing from here on out. So anyway, this took a while for us to get here this episode, but let's go to Sekaba High. Oh, and by the way, we don't have our new highlight question thing because I had to replay that sequence again, which means we haven't waited a full 20 minutes yet.
Iris, how are you feeling? Still upset about last night?
I'm okay. I recover pretty quick from these things.
Who's bubblegum hair girl? She looks like a cross between Iris and Mizuki. Really, really cool. I can imagine the three of them. Yeah, they could form a really colorful band.
See? I'm bouncing right back.
And of course, Iris is already a star, so.
Bouncy, 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 buddy!
Ryuki, would you mind hitting her with a German suplex?
Oh, come on, Tama.
Later. By the way, you're...
That's Mame. She's one of my best friends.
Okay, so this is Mame.
Nice to meet you. My name is Amame Doi. I'm a 3rd year at Sekiba High, and I'm in the same dance club as Iris. I'm a super hyper cutie miracle beauty.
Ryuki, I think we should leave.
Apparently Tama doesn't do well with super, what's the right word? Kawaii? Or cute? Is that what cute means in Japanese?
Hold on.
I may be mistaken.
So you're the one I heard about. Mizuki and Kizuna told me about you earlier.
Huh. You just pictured me in a leotard, didn't you?
Whoa.
No?
Oh, it's a pervert! Somebody call the police!
Wow, that escalated quickly.
I am the police.
Oh, come to think of it, you were on the quiz show last night, weren't you?
We were?
Your name started with an R, I think.
Yeah.
Mr. Rero Taro, was it?
No.
It's Ryuki!
You know what's funny is, he gets upset at that, and how much crud have we given to, the investigator?
I see. Mr. Ryuki Rirotaro.
All the dots. Alright, well, let's look around before talking to the ladies here. Door to the classroom. There are lockers lined up. It's a blackboard. A window. Student's desk. The chair here. There's a bunch of chairs. I just can't seem to click on it.
This is an all-girls school, so obviously there are only female students. So it's not like I don't understand why you'd want to stroke that chair, but...
I do not.
Yeah, well, what are you thinking, Tama? Well, actually, we kind of know what Tama is thinking, right? It's amount used for class. Although she's probably doesn't want anything to do with these two young ladies. Let's see. I mean, Tama seems to like Ryuki and like messing around with him more than anyone else. I really don't see anything else here. So let's talk to the ladies. We'll talk to Iris first.
Iris is sitting on a chair.
Leering at an 18-year-old. That's a bit creepy, don't you think?
I said the same thing about the dude the other day, talking about Kizzy.
I was not leering. Iris is just sitting on a chair. I have no further commentary.
Now you're trying too hard.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Unfortunately, I just noticed as well that I didn't go through all the options in our journal, which means when I go back to look at them, there's gonna be stuff that we've already read that we're just probably gonna have to go through. Without a hint of lecherous intent, I'm looking at Iris sitting on a chair. German suplex!
Clickety clack, clickety clack. I boiled a potato and my socks in a sack.
What?
Mr. Ryuki.
Yeah, we were told that his mental status isn't already good, but what was that?
Are you okay?
New folk anthem. Okay? Hold on, let's pause that for a
You know,
second.
today is
Oh,
February
never mind.
11th, National Foundation Day.
The song Ryuki was just singing was German Soup Socks, I think. Okay.
Oh, right. Then why are you at school?
Well, how do I put this? I just felt compelled.
I can only wear this uniform and attend this school for about another month or so.
So I invited Mame, and we just kind of ended up here.
Iris and Amame are third years. They'll be graduating soon.
Why were you on the show last night?
Mizuki didn't tell you?
She did, but I want to double check, just in case.
The agency I belong to, Lemniscape, received a request for me to appear.
Makes sense.
They wanted me and one more person to participate as a pair, but we couldn't find anyone with an opening in their schedule. And that's why Mizuki ended up going instead.
I'm sure you don't mind at all. About the incident.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about it. It did feel like some sort of paranormal phenomenon, though.
Paranormal?
Like I mentioned last night, maybe that body teleported here from some other world. The other half could have been absorbed into some other dimension, and that split the body in two.
All the dots.
Speaking of which, there are rumors that people who watched that video and disappeared could have also been swallowed into another dimension.
All the questionable dots? It's a Mame Doi, our friends call it Mame. Why can't we use X-ray? Ryuki?
Whoa! Amame turned into a skeleton!
It's an X-ray. Anyway, the girl does have some nice femurs. I'd love to get inside those for a taste of the marrow.
Whoa.
What is wrong with you?
I can see a Mame skeleton. Why is that a thing? We can't do that with Iris. Is there something like special about? I don't. I mean, they both look absolutely human, so I don't. Anyway, about the incident last night.
I know about the incident. I was watching the live stream of that quiz show.
What's your career path?
You could say I'm a part-timer. It's just me and my mom back home, so money's tight. I don't have time to go to college or a specialty school.
But Mommy is so smart. She always has the best grades, even though she doesn't go to class much.
I've been busy with my part-time job and dance practice.
Where do you work?
I work as a mermaid at a gaudy maid cafe called Sunfish Pocket.
Oh, Sunfish Pocket. I know that place.
Mermaids are what they call the maids that work there.
Yep, and Ota's a very high-class member.
They wear these cute mermaid outfits as they serve the customers. I know because I used to work at Sunfish Pocket a long time ago. Mommy works there at night after dance practice.
How late do you work?
Don't tell anyone, but till about 11.
Even when you were 17.
Yes, ever since I was 16.
That's a violation of Article 61 of the Labor Standards Act.
Yeah, it's a violation in America as well. I think, if you're a minor, you can't work past 10 p.m. on a school night. Or is it just any night? Either way.
Though it would be the employer who would be penalized.
I lied to the manager about my age.
Labor Standards Law Article 61 declares that you cannot employ anyone younger than 18 from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
So according to my profile, I'm 20 years old right now.
That's a bit...
I'm sorry. Please don't arrest me.
Well, it's the employer's fault. They should check for ID, right?
My family's poor, so I need to keep working.
All the dots. All the dots. Well, she is 18 now, so... what's this thing about being swallowed into another dimension?
That QR code video. A similar video went viral about half a year ago.
Yeah, actually, Enter Zero did some detective work there. There is an actual video of that on a channel, but there's no other videos on the channel. It's just that one video. And we know how Uchikoshi loves to mess with your mind, so...
The Bats 490 video.
And I think that video was released 6 months ago. Or, I think I remember him saying December 2021. Yeah. Freaky.
Supposedly people who saw it suddenly vanished.
That's 490. Kizuna mentioned the same thing.
So, they say those who went missing were taken into another dimension.
Did you all see Bats 490?
Yes?
So did I.
But you two haven't disappeared.
So, Entra says the QR code actually leads to a YouTube video, the same video as you saw in-game, with the title Free to Free, channel name DB, and it was uploaded on December 7th, 2021, which is, yeah, about 6 months, before this game's release date. Very, very cool.
That's because we haven't decoded it.
Thank you for that.
There's a code hidden inside Bats 490.
Oh, we haven't deciphered the code, though. I mean, there's obviously something to do with the video. It's just a very weird video.
They say the code reveals a specific location.
You have to go there to get taken into another dimension.
All the dots.
And the people who decrypted the code all said the same thing before vanishing.
I've learned the secret of the world.
But no one knows what that secret is.
Interesting. What about Jin Furei?
I don't think there's anyone from our generation that doesn't know who he is. He's famous for having a sharp tongue. He used to write a bunch of completely lame articles and critiques online. He used to start up stupid internet drama crap on Twitter, too.
Amame has a pretty sharp tongue herself.
His main job was being the CEO of Music Food. I guess that's like the president of the company? I think I read an article online that said he started the business when he was 22.
But his history before then is shrouded in mystery. And no one knows anything about his childhood, right?
Yeah, he was a pretty mysterious figure.
Oh, hello.
Yanni, I told you to wait for me at the gate, didn't I?
Yeah, but I got here a bit early.
His name is Gen Ishiagane. He's the owner of the fusion restaurant Brahman in Golden Yokocho.
Yeah, I remember reading about him.
Though, I'm sure you already know that.
Yeah, I've been there many times.
Passed out drunk.
But why is Gen here?
Ah, if it isn't Mr. Ryuki.
And why are you always wearing that mask on your face?
Are you here to investigate that case by any chance?
Yes. I was talking to Iris about it.
I also watched the quiz show last night. Several people I know were on it.
Oh, we got a chirp chirp. So that's our friend going up here. We're gonna choose 2 because we chose 2 last time. And yeah, I know it's normally, but you know, it's just, you know, be consistent. Is that a toilet? Oh, it's a chair. Looked like a toilet roll paper for some reason. I don't know. Hi, Gen. How you doing? Hold on, let me check behind you really fast. It's Gen Ishigayane, the owner of the future restaurant Ramen. Why are you able to get in easily?
Oh, are you asking because I'm wearing this mask?
Yeah?
It was fine. The security for this school is practically non-existent. There are tons of places on the grounds without any fences or security cameras.
Well, that's not like America today, that's for sure. It's like every school is, you know, fenced up, cameraed up.
So you didn't walk in through the front gate?
I couldn't have, dressed like this. A guard would have stopped me.
Yeah, you'd think. There's a reason he always wears a mask. Oh, really? What's that? He would scare people if he took it off? Oh, come on, man. Always be true to yourself. I haven't seen him without his mask myself, but that's what he said. Okay, so maybe it's just insecurities. Supposedly it's something he was born with. He got called a monster when he was a kid. Aw, poor guy. Why are you here?
I drove here to pick up Amame and Iris. I need them to help out at work tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry, Genny. Something came up.
Oh, I see.
I'm free though. I can still help.
That'd be great.
You two are close with Gen, huh?
Yeah. We're just a big ol' happy threesome.
That was a weird way to phrase it.
I'm not the only one who caught that.
Amame visited Brahman a lot, even back when it was in Yotsuya.
Once it moved to Golden Yokocho, I took Iris there.
You've been to Brahmin too, Mr. Ryuki?
Of course. I've been there several times. Mr. Date took me there.
Mr. Date? So you must know Mr. Date too, Genny.
I've known him for a long time. We're so close, we've seen each other's buttholes.
Too much information.
Wow, what a small world.
Is she really going to ignore the butt part?
I would too. I'd be like, okay, I'd like to try.
Visit anytime.
What was that? Is cooking? I'd like to try his cooking. Yes.
Genny's cooking is amazing.
Everything he makes is so good. My tongue could fall right off. Personally, I think his place and Matsushita Diner are competing for the #1 spot.
Come on now, don't compare my restaurant with a place like that. The cooking there was superb when Takiro was still the man behind the chef's knife. But now it's his son Ota running things. He doesn't know the first thing about cooking. His dishes are missing the most important condiment.
Careful. Iris might get upset by that.
Well, I think we got enough info here for now. Ryuki, wanna get going?
Sounds good.
Yep. Okay, wait, what was that? I went across and I thought I saw a green. Yeah. Teacher
Oh,
says.
Mr. Teacher, I'll do anything to get an A.
First off, that's inappropriate.
Very inappropriate.
Second, it could be a female teacher.
I can get into that too.
Okay, I guess she doesn't care. Oh, maybe I was wrong about that. All the dots. Alright, let's head out. Where are we going? Kamakura office? Let's see if this place has changed any. Probably not. Kamakura office, February 11th, Monday.
Wait, you're the director of that quiz show, Chimpei?
You got a problem with that?
No, but...
Really? He's the director?
I told you, he got out. He's making an honest living as a civilian these days. Ain't that right?
Seems like we still got the cool music and everything though.
That's right, boss. Stop calling me that. You're not a member of the gang anymore.
And we have the dragon over here still. Yeah, place looks very much the same. Windows, lockers, certificate. Piece of paper with some general principles written on it. It reads, no dating apps allowed. The month's plans are laid out on a whiteboard. 24th, how to go viral on TikTok workshop. It's the door. It's a partition right in front of the door. Lockers lined up on the wall. Gang member sets, all sorts of things on it. It's just a chair. Saw some in there. I know I saw something, and there was like a phone. But I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it anymore. Well, maybe there's another one somewhere else that's maybe easier to hover over. I could have swore I saw like a phone. See right there, there's something green. There. There's a phone on the desk. Man, that was really hard to click on. Door connect to the next room.
Do, re, mi, sofa.
It's a sofa.
An ashtray at this day and age? How anachronistic is this place? It's like a Yakuza den in here.
It kind of is, actually, Tama.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. It's a coffee table.
Help! I've been flattened.
Did you just hear something?
No, nothing.
No, nothing
Just
at all.
so you know, that thing's fake. It's not a real tiger.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna put that in or anything either. I just love the humor in this game.
A dragon with a gold ball. Kind of like us, Ryuki.
You're not made of gold, though.
It's dragon with the golden ball? Can't really click on the ball though.
I hacked into it. There are a ton of videos of salmon laying eggs in there.
I don't think that's a problem. We all have our own interests.
Yeah, I hate to see what's on Tama's PC. It's the chairman's desk.
There are a lot of lanterns lined up here.
Maybe MoMA hung them up.
Wait, who's hung? Who?
Huh? MoMA?
Moma's hung, huh?
Oh dear lord.
That's not what I said.
She's like 10 times worse than Dante. It's Moma's lantern collection. It's a family altar. The Kamakura crest is on display. I keep saying Kama, it's Kuma, right? Or Kuma? Kumakura? Seems like there are some files on the shelves. Chair. It's where the chairman sits. It's a keyboard for the PC. Aww. Didn't Aiba do that in the last game? Kind of thinking back to that. Hi, Shinpei. It's Shinpei Wagoi, former member of the Kumakuras. Why did you kill the director for the show?
I actually used to attend a vocational school to learn about film. I wanted to be a porn director.
You attend school to learn to be a porn director? Okay.
I used the connections I got there to reach out to a production company for online shows.
If I sound surprised about that, it's because I know absolutely nothing about the qualifications for something like that. So I just have no idea.
Then I was promoted to director right away. Supposedly, the last director ran away, so they really needed me to take his place.
Why did you leave the group?
My girl has a baby on the way right now, so we decided to get married. But her parents wouldn't approve of it. Said they wouldn't let me have their daughter unless I got out of the business. I agonized over the decision, so much that I could only eat 2 slices of pizza instead of the usual 3. But a man has to do what a man has to do, right? So I made up my mind to talk to the boss about it. But before I could...
Oh, I get it. Then I'll try asking him for you.
And MoMA listened to Iris.
Because of course he's going to.
What? I didn't have any ulterior motives, so don't get it twisted.
I'm sure, Mama. Why was the director one of the contestants?
We didn't have enough people. The quiz show needed 3 teams of 2 to answer questions. We tried hard, but couldn't get together that last team. I had no choice but to participate myself, so I invited the boss to go with me.
And MoMA agreed to participate?
Well, you know, it was a request from one of my precious underlings, after all.
I convinced him by saying Tessa would be there too. Then he agreed right away.
All the dots. Why'd you come back after leaving the group?
I came to say thanks to the boss for yesterday. I was thinking of going to Akiba, and this place is on the way.
Why Akiba?
Well, I need to stop by a maid cafe.
Maid cafe?
Yeah, it's called Sunfish Pocket. My girlfriend works there.
Is your girlfriend Amame? About the case.
Sorry, but I haven't found anything that might be a lead.
What about the rest of the staff?
They'll probably tell you the same thing.
The detectives from HQ have already questioned the rest of the staff. Their report is uploaded on the database. 0 clues. There isn't any information that could help us at all.
Okay, what about the other contestants? The show was supposed to run for 6 hours straight, from 6 to midnight. But it wasn't the same contestants the whole time. They were supposed to swap out every hour. Our appearance was slated for 9 o'clock p.m.
I wouldn't know anything about the others. I already turned in a list of contestants to the cops. Why don't you try hitting them up one by one?
The other detectives already took care of that a while back. No clues there either. There haven't been any reports of suspicious individuals.
Alright, let's see. Moma Kamakura, the leader of the Kamakuras. Why were you on the show last night?
Didn't he just say so earlier? It is what it is.
About the case?
I'm pissed about the case, too. That co-appearance was like a dream come true. The whole show was ruined. I'd love to get my hands on the bastard responsible.
A dream come true?
The boss and Tessa got to...
Shut it!
All the dots.
Anyway, I'd love to help you with your investigation and all, but unfortunately, I don't have any info that might be useful to you.
Super ace that ban. Do you have any leads at all?
I don't know what to tell you.
Did you see any suspicious people hanging around the studio, for example?
Suspicious people? I guess the only one who comes to mind is Komeji.
Is he the guy with like the square head?
Komeji? You mean...
Yeah, Andy's Komeji, the host. Supposedly he has connection to the Yakuza.
I mean, it does look really weird.
I'm not talking about our group, of course. It's just something I heard at a meeting with the street bosses. Word is he's involved in some dangerous transactions. Though that might not have anything to do with last night.
Komeji has connections with the Yakuza? Could it be true?
Let's figure that out later. You need to gather intel for now.
Got it. Then let's go somewhere else.
Am I done talking to him now? Did Jinpei's vaccination go smoothly?
Yeah, I didn't take his finger or anything. We're not doing any of that outdated cutting off your finger deal.
After all, the Kumakuras are a gang with morals.
Sounds like an oxymoron. Like a vegan zombie.
Alright, everything's done with him, everything's done with him. Alright, let's head to the Misetten department store. Misetten? 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 Either way, the department store.
Shoma, my little boy, he's in elementary school. One day I wake up, go to the bathroom mirror, and I have writing on my forehead. It must have been Shoma. He had been learning letters in school recently. Anyway, he writes, Death Tub. And I'm thinking, Death Tub? Is that what he meant? Is he trying to tell me something? Then Shoma saw my face and started busting out laughing. And I was thinking, what's so funny? That's when I realized, when you see Death Tub in the mirror...
Oh, it's just Butthead.
God of energy, Inti, Pachaka Max!
Oh dear lord. It's like going here. All the dots.
Another story about Shoma. One day I got a call from school and a rather heavy-set vice principal told me, "Your Shoma called me a pig of all things." I apologized, then gave Shoma a talking to. Listen
Look
here,
at that
Shoma.
face.
Don't you ever call the vice principal that again. He said, "Okay, I won't call the vice principal a pig anymore, but it's okay if I call a pig vice principal, right?" I say, "Sure, why not?" So then as the kid is leaving, he says, "I'm sorry. Can I go play with my friends now, vice principal?"
Wow.
God of energy, Inti, Pachaka Max!
Oh dear lord. This guy and Punny Bones from Quest of Glory 4 would make an hilarious laugh troupe, let me tell you. And that's Punny before he got his humor back, of course. Oh, just the atmosphere of the sign falling. I really hope Tama's laughing for the same reason I am, and she's actually not laughing at his jokes. Oh, the dots.
Are you finished?
Well, you're the only one here.
Oh, the dots.
You're Mr. Ryuki from the Metropolitan Police Department, right? You came here to talk about what happened?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then let's go somewhere else to talk. You prefer someplace quieter, right?
Maybe someplace that's also not falling apart? That'd be good.
Wait, the Ferris wheel?
Well, why not?
Alone with a middle-aged man in an enclosed space? This is not what I had in mind.
Alright, let's go ahead and look around first.
Look, the ants are like people.
It's the other way around. Wait, the other way around doesn't sound right either.
I see the cityscape out the window. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot to look at in here. It's a door for the gondola. Yeah, doesn't seem to be a whole lot to look at in here. Alright, Komeji. Yomaharu Enda, aka Andes Komeji, is sitting in front of me. Your clothes.
Oh, this? It's my one and only stage outfit. This sharp little bow tie is the highlight. My boy bought it for me last year.
Bow ties are somewhat unusual. Traditional ties are more common.
Hey, you know, bow ties were made cool because of Matt Smith and the not the Fifth Doctor, the fifth season Doctor in the reboot.
But you weren't wearing that tie last night, were you?
Or the continuation of the original series. I forget exactly how it's called, but you know what I mean. If you like Doctor Who, you know what I mean.
Oh, I wasn't. I tend to take it off or put it on based on how I'm feeling.
Good catch, Ryuki. Does that mean anything though? All the dots.
Do you come to the stage a lot?
Yeah, the owner of the Misaton department store took a liking to me. He's given me the opportunity to appear several times now.
Why a Ferris wheel?
I love Ferris wheels. I like anything that continuously spins around, actually.
Interesting.
Plane propellers, washing machines, the beds at love hotels.
There used to be rotating beds at love hotels a long time ago.
How do you know that?
Just like life, isn't it? With its ups and downs. You rotate around the same places over and over.
Well, the beds at love hotels don't go up and down, though. Although, I guess they do, in a way.
Tama.
A
All
boy's
the
just
dots.
like me, you know?
Shoma? You mentioned him on stage earlier.
Yes, he really loves this Ferris wheel too. He's almost in middle school and he still comes here by himself all the time. He talks like he's all grown up, but He's still a kid inside.
With your love of Ferris wheels, I'd say you're still a kid on the inside, too.
You got a point there. You're probably right.
About Shoma.
He's right in the middle of his rebellious stage, so he's been a handful. His mother hasn't been around for about 3 years now.
Was it a divorce?
Yeah. She got sick of me and left the house.
Does this have to do with the Yakuza by any chance?
What? Where in the world did that come from?
Just something I heard. That you have gang connections.
That's complete nonsense. I'm just an ordinary comedian.
Kinda glad we came here last.
Well, even if it was true, he wouldn't just admit it.
Oh! What do you do if you got questioned about a place? Part of me wants to say I'll accept. Should I just do it? Kinda boring. I mean, should we do a serious choice and then a joking choice like every episode? You know, that may mix things up a little. Well, let me do that. So what's the opposite one I would choose? Run. That's the opposite one I would choose, right? So let's choose run. That's the worst thing you can do, E. You're gonna get caught, E. I became a childie. Tell me more, E. So we're child Mizuki E. I have no idea what this thing's gonna do. So, I mean, I can imagine if you've seen this game played or watched someone else play or play it yourself, you're probably gonna choose all the positive answers. So choosing a negative answer every now and then, I think could be interesting. Why did you host this quiz show?
You know I'm a comedian now, but when I was in my early 20s, I was working as a regular company employee. I appeared on several quiz shows on the side and ended up winning first place many times.
Komeji was famous as a quiz king ever since he was a student. He even had worshippers who lauded him as the quiz god.
Thinking back, that may have been the peak of my life. Adored wherever I went, everyone buying me all sorts of things. Maybe I shouldn't have taken advantage of the situation like I did. I was so enamored by the glamorous celebrity life. I've always loved comedy, so I strived to become a comedian. And after that, well, it's just as you saw on that stage.
I wonder why there wasn't an audience. It was so funny.
Uh-huh. All the dots. Why did you host the quiz show?
I haven't told you yet, have I? The producer for that show knew about me from my Quiz King days. He thought I could tell all sorts of anecdotes and gave me an offer to host the show. Right. Sorry for calling you Team Popo back then. It was in the script. Didn't really have a choice.
By the way, Iris and Mizuki were called Team Lemnis Gate, and Momo and Shinpei were called Team Yakuza. Okay. About last night's incident.
I'm sorry. I have no idea what happened. I was just invited there and hosted the show as requested. Then, that body suddenly appeared.
Did you know Jin, the victim?
I've never met him. I do know he was hated for his extreme narcissism and ego. If I had to guess, the motive was probably a grudge. Someone must have had a grudge against him and did that.
It smells like alcohol.
Does it?
A little.
A lot is more like it. Komeji's blood alcohol level is 0.12%. The early stages of inebriation.
Wow, you can tell that? Just, a breathalyzer, I guess you could tell that, and she's an advanced interface network. God, I don't want to call it an advanced interface network, but you know what I mean. She's an advanced technological being. Tech god. There. How's that, Tama? Please don't hurt me.
I just couldn't get over what happened last night and ended up drinking too much.
I actually don't blame you there.
I wanted to forget about everything. I had to drink.
I don't condone drinking to forget, but I do understand. I'm not drinking myself. Just never acquired the taste of alcohol. See, aftertaste that just kind of always annoyed me. And when you say, well, you gotta drink more so you don't taste the aftertaste.
I couldn't help, Mr. Ryuki.
That doesn't help. It's okay, buddy. Thank you for helping.
I wish you luck with the investigation. I'm rooting for you.
Unless you're the criminal, in which case, yeah.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Who was the shooter? I mean, that's like one of the questions we should be asking ourselves, right? But then again, this is 6 years in the past, so we're not probably gonna find that information out for a while. It's like any Uchikoshi game. It's a spinning airplane ride. The street light. I mean, there's a plow bed here, but unfortunately the plane like stopped right in front of the plow bed, and now I can't click on it. There's a lot of vending machines here. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Amusement park that shakes when you put in a coin. I can't seem to. It's a bench. It's also a mini train here. A small train running along the railroad tracks. Flowers are in bloom. Okay. There are all sorts of games here, like arcade games that gives a chance. It's a Ferris wheel. Trash can over there. Stage used for events. Seats for the audience. It's a ride that loops around the rooftop when you use a pedal. Sky cycle. Now let's head out. Abyss headquarters. Returning home. Well, you know, back to work, or back to headquarters. You know what I mean.
You're going back to Abyss?
Wow, look at this car. A lot different from what Date used to drive.
Yeah, I want to reorganize the information I have so far.
Then, why don't you just do it in this limousine?
Oh, right. I guess I could.
Alright, well let's, can't actually look around just yet. I guess it's because we're in AI site. So let's talk to, a lady. Tama here. There's a woman sitting in the seat. A woman? What? Wait, you've never met Tama? Huh. Recite the sutras. Who are you? Scream like a little girl? Roar like a vicious beast. Ah, you know me. That's what I would do.
Shut up! Stop shouting!
But you surprised me. I thought that the ghost of an S&M pervert with a police uniform fetish who died in a tanning booth had come to haunt me.
Haven't I showed you this body many times over the past 6 months?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about.
I'm still not used to it.
Okay, granted, I don't think I'd be used to that either.
Your body is semi-transparent, and I can only see you in the left side of my vision.
All the dots.
So, why did you come out?
I thought it would be easier to talk to you this way.
Tama's sitting on the seat, or so it seems. About the reason Jane's right half appeared.
Isn't that what you're investigating for?
Yeah, but remember what Mr. Date and Iris said.
This is a really nice car.
Just the right half. I could travel through time and space.
Maybe that body teleported here from some other world.
So both of them are saying the same thing.
The other half could have been absorbed into some other dimension. And that split the body in two.
Don't tell me you believe that.
No, just for some reason it's stuck in my head.
Hey, after playing enough of these games, I feel like I can believe anything. What do you think of this car?
Honestly, it reeks of bad taste. Makes me want to puke just looking at it.
Keep talking like that, and I'll throw you out the window.
Then you'd be a goner too. I'm the one driving this car, you know.
All the dots. Right now, I'm using the car camera to steer the car remotely. I, of course, control the gas and brakes. I send signals electronically. It's technically a self-driving car. Yeah, this car is a lot more fancier than what Date used to use.
Why don't you take the leap and buy a different car?
I can't. This car is all I have of my parents.
Your parents passed away, didn't they?
Yeah, in an airplane crash when I was young.
Aw, poor Ryuki.
From then on, I was living with my younger brother. But 6 years ago,
He also.
Again! The number 6 appears. All the dots.
There isn't much useful information to sort out in the first place. If I had to say one thing, it would be the ViewCube video and that QR code link. By the way, I'm going to cut down on the word salad and call it QR video from now on.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
The teeny bit of information we got from that QR video is pretty much all we have.
You don't know? I think it was about half a year ago. A video similar to that one went viral. Everyone was talking about it online.
The mysterious video known as BATS 490, correct? There's a code hidden inside BATS 490.
They say the code reveals a specific location.
Everyone who visits that place is said to have gone missing. They all left behind the same message. I've learned the secret of the world. Hey, Tama. Is BATS 490 still up anywhere on the internet?
I looked it up. Here.
Here it is. Oh, I don't want to watch it again. Oh, I don't want to see this one again. Was this a different video? Seems to be a different video. What is that thing coming out from the top? Rip me, burn me. This is so weird. Now I know why they call it bats.
I have no idea what it's supposed to mean.
Yeah, you got me on that one. That doesn't make any sense at all. Just a bunch of random stuff rewounded and fast forwarded and just...
They say there's a hidden message inside, but I can't even tell where we're supposed to look.
Can you like freeze frame every single frame and see if you see anything out of the ordinary, Tama? You can probably do that well, not instantaneously, but very quickly, right? Where did BATS 490 come from?
Same as the QR video. It was originally uploaded to ViewCube, then it spread from there. The account holder is unknown.
In any case, BATS 490 is the only lead we have right now. If we can figure it out, maybe it'll lead to the QR video.
Yeah, they're definitely connected, right?
Ryuki, you have a call. It's from Mizuki.
Oh, sorry about that. Wrong button.
Mizuki?
I'm connecting her.
Hey, what's up?
Ryuki? I got your number from boss.
What is it?
I remembered something about BATS 490. I thought maybe it could lead to a clue.
Anything would be helpful right now, considering we have absolutely nothing to go on.
What did you remember?
Someone in my class at school actually figured it out. He decoded the hidden message in BATS 490.
He did?
His name is Shoma Enda.
Shoma? That's the same kid.
He might know something, so I would go find him. Anyway, see ya.
Huh.
Shoma. Isn't that?
Yeah, that's the, Andes' kid, or whatever the square guy's name is.
Andy's Komeji's.
Yeah. I don't have any theories right now, by the way. Like, I'm trying to think of something to say that could connect these things together and maybe, you know, the
Shoma,
birth.
You know what happened last night, right?
Of like an idea, but I don't even have anything to work on yet. All the dots.
The QR code displayed on that sign. There was a link in it leading to a video. We're calling it the QR video. I wanted to talk to you about it. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not much of a talker, is he? It is kind of weird for us just to show up at his place, though. A light hanging from the ceiling. I mean, he's what? 12 years old? Most likely? It's kind of creepy that we just go into his house and start talking to him. Weird plush.
It's Ada Rooster.
Ada Rooster?
It's a character.
Is it like Ada Rabbit, except company's rival? I like Ada Rabbit. Ada Rabbit makes me smile. A refrigerator. I mean, except for the part when it came up from a pot. That was pretty freaky. It's a closet. Is this a puppet for the quiz? An old-fashioned chest of drawers. Toolbox. Toy robot.
It's old. Looks like a memento for the Quiz King.
Quiz King trophy.
A picture of Ame no Uzume, a goddess from Japanese mythology. Supposedly, she's the goddess of entertainment and laughter.
I've seen a lot of references to Ame no Uzume.
You laugh more often than you breathe.
It's a lucky laugh game. The face parts are all out of order. How does that work?
Is this a poem written by Komeji? It says, "It's okay to fall off the horse. You're a saddle after all."
A saddle?
Wait, this was supposed to be touching?
Oh, she looked really adorable in that picture too when she's crying. It's a poem that was probably written by Komeji. It's a family altar.
What is that on top?
Looks like earthenware. Maybe it's some sort of device?
It's a CRT TV. But do you think you can pick up digital broadcasts?
It could, with a dedicated tuner.
It's a CRT TV. By the way, does anyone still have CRT TVs? It's a TV stand. I know some people have them for like playing old style video games. But I play on my PlayStation 1 and 2, and you know, we're playing Shadow Hearts right now on the channel, which is run on the PS2. And I play on the HD TV with no problems. There's a squeaky toy hammer here. It's a folding fan for slapstick comedy. Nothing there. Interesting. Right? It's an answer button for a quiz. Kotatsu, it's very warm. Looks very nice. We don't have things like this in America, you know. Something that people just sit around. It's a machine part. I mean, we have couches and tables, but nothing like this, you know what I mean? It's Shomei. He's working on something in silence. We'll save the bottom one for last. What are you making?
What are you making? Don't tell me it's a bomb.
All the dots. I was hoping that would open him up a little.
I heard you went to the same elementary school as Mizuki? She's actually the one who told me about you.
No, it just seems
Just to confirm, your father is Andy's Komeji, and his real name is Yoneharu Enda. Is that right?
He doesn't seem to care at all about anything we're saying. About the BATS 490 code.
You know about the video called BATS 490, right? I have a feeling it's related to the QR video somehow. You solved the code in BATS 490, didn't you? And it showed you a certain location. Am I right?
All the dots.
He's completely ignoring you.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, if this guy just showed up, I mean, even if he's a police officer, I still don't know if I would talk to him if I was 12 years old.
Maybe because he's wearing headphones.
No, that's not it. There's no sound coming from them. Chastity belt on his heart must be locked tightly.
What kind of metaphor is that?
You won't be able to see his uvula unless you open that lock.
Oh. No, he's like 12, Tama.
So what you mean is, he probably won't speak unless you can find the key to his heart, I'm guessing.
Yeah, can we just say that?
There might be a key somewhere in this room. Let's find it.
A key to open the lock on his heart.
It's no use talking to him, I think. You'll have to find the key to his chastity belt first.
Alright.
That robot is so cool!
Oh, that didn't seem to work.
Mr. Komeji used to be amazing. Oh, but he still is, of course.
If I had to guess, it would probably be someone like, you know...
God, please help.
You can help yourself.
Related to the family or something. The poem probably isn't the key.
Shoma, wanna play Lucky Laugh together?
Nope. Picture doesn't seem to be the key. Is the poem for the quiz? toolbox.
It's a closet.
I wonder. I don't think Shoma will answer if I ask if I can open it.
Then why don't you use the thing you always use?
Okay, so we probably want to do that, but let's look around first. Because there may be more dialogue here. Nah. Just says I don't think that's going to be the key. Wait, there was one more thing.
You'd better talk, or I'll smack your butt with this broom. Oh, you just laughed a little, didn't?
Hey, we made him smile. Although, it was fleeting. Yeah. He's probably laughing at how ridiculous we sound, is what I'm guessing.
What is that?
It looks like a robot. I tried searching, but it looks like it's not commercially available.
A homemade robot, huh? Hey, Shoma, would you mind showing me the robot in your closet?
Huh? How do you know about that?
Oh, well,
Tell him you heard it from Komeji.
Right. I heard about it from Mr. Komeji.
From my dad?
That's right.
Okay then, just for a bit, okay?
Oh, we got him to open up. That's, oh, look at that. That's cool.
You made that?
Yeah. I call it Robota.
All by yourself?
Uh-huh. There's a junk shop in Akiba. I got all the parts there. This robot only has one tire. It uses a gyro to keep its balance. Fine-tuning it is really hard.
That looks really cool, though. What martial art are you good at? None of them. Left is always right. Whatever Sistema is. Is it true that you can breathe a certain way to not feel painy? I have no idea. Apparently that was a crazy response. Hey, we're very average in everything, though. That's really weird. Let's go ahead and check our files here. Although our files, we may have to skip through a bunch of stuff because we know that we've already looked through things like Aiba. Have we looked through Jen? Likes people who are unafraid of him. Dislikes Ota. Wow, that's because he's a rival competitor. Skills cooking all crushing rocks. Crushing rocks. He runs a restaurant called Brahmin in Golden Yokocho. Since his face scares people, he usually wears a cute mask. So strong he could destroy a tank with his bare hands. Man, be a pretty cool RPG character. We got Amame. Let's see. She's a Sekiba High Senior maid, cafe maid. Likes quizzes, the occult, dance, music, voices, and the right side. Dislikes customers to the point 3 hours with just a coffee, silence, and left side. Okay. Maybe that's because she saw the left side of the body. But she wasn't there though. No, she wasn't there. Hobbies, raising triple wart sea devils. Skills, exploiting vanity, receiving lavish gifts. A mermaid at Sunfish Pocket. Wanting to work the late shift, she lied and said that she was 20 years old. She's in the school dance club with Iris and Kizzy. A regular at Brahmin and close to Gan. We know who these two are. Komeji. Yoneru Enda, male 46. He's a comedian. He likes Ferris wheels, things that spin, bow ties family. Dislikes Oden, super hot baths, electric shocks, spicy food, and pie. Hobbies are game commentary, short clip submissions, and survival games. Likes her skills are quizzes and one-liners, self-proclaimed. A former quiz king turned comedian, his stage name is Andes Komeji. He has made some TV appearances but isn't very successful. His money troubles led to a divorce from his wife, and he now lives with his son Shoma. Well, that's sad to hear. Alright, I remember reading about all of those. Okay, I remember reading all of them. As far as the present goes, there's gonna be nothing new here. And Pewter is vegan. Didn't know that. Finger cutting. Momo, we're not doing any of that outdated cutting off finger deal. A custom common among Yakuza. Cutting off your own fingers symbolizes reflection, protest, and apologies. Oh, we read about Cloud because I remember the blonde with the blaster sword. Awesome. German suplex. A pro wrestling move which you grab someone around the waist and throw them backwards, which can lead to and turn into a bridge and then lead to a 3 count. The name is derived from a certain pro wrestler, supposedly from Germany, who used this throw. Oh, I didn't know that. I like wrestling, but I never knew that. Gyro. What Shoma was referring to as a gyro sensor. A gyro sensor utilizes the properties of rotating objects to avoid falling over. Alright, we've done sync subject before. We've done Somnium, Double, Twitter, Bats 490, not watching that again. Brahmin, a multicultural restaurant run by Gen Ishigagane. Brahmin is Hindu god, yes. We've read that, we've seen live as well. Alright, my friends, well, my name is FlightlessBird. This is your story-based gaming channel. And thank you for all your love and support. Really do appreciate you guys. We will, you know, pick up here into the next part. Again, thank you for everything. And until then, so long and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter. You are brilliant and you are loved, and you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.